Welcome back to another episode of the What Everybody podcast. It's Ryan and Jonny coming back at you. Today we got a great episode. We talk about P22. We talk about Woodstock. What did they get paid? Who the hell cares and who the hell knows? We will find out though. So sit back, have yourself a nice brewski, maybe a can of beef stew, grab your favorite pair of green high-top Pumas, and enjoy the show. So with no further ado, Ryan and Jonny. Oh, look at this guy.
Hey, this guy. Go to the YouTubes. What's up? Episode 63. Welcome back. This is stupid. I'm inside taking my sunglasses off. Episode 63.
I see that I see that California. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 63.
Hello.
And I see that Ryan's been there in California now for 5 weeks. And he's become...
For 5-ish, 6-ish weeks.
He turned into Joe Biden all of a sudden.
I've gone Hollywood. I've gone Hollywood. I've gone Aviator. I've gone Biden Aviator Hollywood on you.
It's fucking great. I'm having a good hair day.
Where are you?
I'm in Penmark, France.
Penmark, France.
It's on the...
Francia.
It's on the western side of France.
Yeah, cool.
And it's right on the water.
Is it the Atlantic?
No, it's the English Canal. I just learned this, actually.
Educate me, buddy.
Yeah, I just learned today. It's the English Canal.
I thought you were going to say, I just did.
Yeah, I just told you.
Just told you, dickhead. Listen.
Yesterday was a crazy travel day. We played in Hamburg, Germany on Wednesday night.
Yeah? Where at?
This place called Cowboy in Indiana, but we're going to be there again on September 7th at a place called Head Crash. So no, I'm in France right now. I'm in the home of the Candace Levinson. I'm in her homeland at the moment.
Well, you're in her home country. Are you in her hometown? You're not in her hometown.
I'm nowhere near her hometown.
So, interesting thing happened the other day. I'm in the bungalow, chilling.
Hold on. The bung.
I'm in the bung.
I'm doing a blinker.
Can I tell my story while you're doing that, or do you want me to? You want the pause? You want the pause?
I didn't want to be rude and interrupt.
That's true, actually.
With a cough.
I didn't want to be rude and interrupt. Hang on while I take a big puff of what's going to make me cough.
Exactly. Anyway, you were saying you were in the bung.
Put my glasses back on. Yeah, I'm in the bung, and I'm chilling, dude. I'm chilling, and it's nighttime. It's probably...
I can't take you serious like this.
Okay.
No, please, leave them on. It's great. It's entertainment. It's fine. I'll just keep it together.
Coming from the guy that didn't want to be rude and interrupt me.
Well, I mean, it's a good interruption.
So I'm in the bung. It's I don't know, 11 at night, maybe 11:30. It's late. Okay, it's late. I'm watching TV. I'm chilling. I'm good. And I hear something. Okay, and it sounds like a thump. And I'm like,
oh no!
I hit pause.
Can I ask you something? Your bung. I want to get a visual.
Visual, yeah, go ahead.
Is it connected to anything?
No. So what it is you pull up to the street, there's a wall around it, like 360-degree wall around it, and there's a gate. However, the one wall to the street is the actual bedroom wall. So I guess technically that's there, but you can't get in. But the neighbors are real close. And there's a hill, like a canyon hill, going real steep up behind it. So if you were exploring, I suppose you can get onto the property, But
the reason I was asking is because I was wondering if maybe you heard people walking upstairs.
There's no upstairs.
Okay.
I'm alone in a single unit. There's no one.
You got your own private bung.
My own private bungalow. So it's like 11:30, pushing midnight, whatever, and I hear this thump. And I hit pause, and I'm like, that was too loud to be, like sometimes something from a tree will fall and you'll hear like a, or whatever.
Last time you heard a thump, you heard 3 loud thumps, and it was Kato Kalin here and fucking O.J. Simpson coming over the wall after killing his wife.
Well, I mean, I am in, what is it? What was the Manson family? You said I'm in the neighborhood that one of the killings happened at. So my mind kind of goes there. I hear a thump, I hit pause. And then I promise you, I hear something walking on the roof. Several footsteps.
Is it a coyote?
Well, my first thought was like, it's not a person, dude. Chill out. It's not going to be a person. It's probably, it could be a raccoon.
But that's what everybody thinks before the fucking killer comes in the window and kills them. That's not a person.
True. Like Leatherface knocks on the door.
Yeah.
So it could have been so I start thinking like coyote, maybe, perhaps raccoon, perhaps a possum. I don't know. But like also they were pretty, like the footsteps, it wasn't a lot of them, but it was enough that it had weight to it. Like it wasn't something that was like, it wasn't like a little pit, it was like there was weight to it. I'm like, all right, well, that was unsettling. So I didn't hear anything else. I eventually forgot about it. Whatever. So today.
So like, let me ask something. If you're coming down the hill, from behind, can you get on your roof? Like, how would anything get on the roof?
You could, but like, okay, so like behind the hill behind it is like very, very overgrown with like every plant California has to offer, and
rattlesnakes probably.
All of it. It's probably all in there.
Get out of those fucking canyons, will you, dude? You're gonna get hurt up there.
And it's very, very steep. So I suppose if you wanted to get onto the roof, you could, but I wouldn't try it, and I'm an athlete.
That's right. You are an athlete.
Buddy, take a look at this.
You got a picture of what was on your roof? Before you show me. Huh? How did you get up on the roof to look at it?
Buddy, I didn't go up under the roof. You think I'm crazy?
All right, let's see.
It's the middle of the night and I hear something walking on the roof. You think I'm going to go climb the wall?
No, but the next day you got a picture of something, so I'm assuming you're going to show me what it was that was on the roof.
No, I was reading the news today and there was a mountain lion walking around Beechwood Canyon.
You had a fucking mountain lion on your roof?
It didn't, like, the days don't add up. Look at this article. Share my screen with my good buddy Jonny. And look, mountain lion P22, which I'm assuming is abbreviating for Puma 22, spotted roaming Hollywood Hills streets. And spoiler alert, Beechwood Canyon's where I'm staying. And it says a big cat ambled across the streets in front of a doorbell camera in Beechwood Canyon. Beechwood Canyon around 4:40 a.m. Thursday. And this resident saw it, caught it on her camera. Check it out, dude. This is her doorbell camera. It's just walking down the street.
That kind of looked like the fucking thing I saw in front of my car, but it wasn't.
Yeah. So I'll say this: the days don't line up, because this was
because the days don't line up doesn't mean it wasn't there because it obviously lives in the fucking neighborhood.
Yeah. So I potentially had P22 on my roof.
So why don't you go up there and see if it like left anything?
Like a turd?
Well, that's what I was thinking at first. Speaking of turds,
whisker?
Let me ask you something.
Half a possum?
Something.
Yeah.
Random question.
Yeah.
You live in a bungalow. I was thinking about this when you were talking about this.
I rented a bungalow. I would never live.
Well, yeah, I don't know if we'd be doing. I don't know. We might be. Well, then we're gonna have to be coming live from the bungalow, and it better be fucking nice.
Well, I offered that option out there, and you decided to go to Europe. So we could have done. Hey, this bungalow could have been our bungalow for 1 week of podcasting.
Maybe we can just go back and revisit it. You can rent it for a day. We can just go do a special. Yeah. Hey, can I come back for one day? We'll go back and we'll just be like, we're here for a day to find the mountain lion. P22.
I text with the owner. She's been nice. She's been really nice to me. She's been a hospitable host. I would recommend.
Bungalow.
Yeah. Douche bungalow.
One of the multiple nicknames for an asshole is bunghole.
Yes.
Right? How do you think that came to be?
Beavis and Butthead.
Okay, so how did they think of it?
Bunghole?
Yeah.
You know, I need teepee for my bunghole. That's what I thought it came from. That's not where
teepee for my bunghole. They're calling it a bunghole. Why? Yeah. Where did
I don't know. It's funny though.
Like, I mean, think about it. Like, you mentioned bungalow, I'm like bunghole. Yeah. I'm like, because I thought you said bunghole, but you said bungalow, and I was like bunghole.
Very fine line. Yeah, it's a very fine line of communication between bunghole and bungalow.
I mean, it's close. Where did it come from? Anybody who knows?
Yeah, let's not spend any more time, and let's just say if you know where bunghole came from, add a comment.
That's some funny shit, man.
It's ridiculous, dude.
That's some funny shit.
I don't mess with wild animals, man. I'm not climbing the roof. I'm not getting adventurous. I'm not biking where I shouldn't be biking. I'm not hiking where I shouldn't be hiking. You know?
I'm about to start fucking 11 shows in the next 13 days.
11 shows in 13 days. You're going to be tired of it by about 8.
Listen, check it out. So we play tomorrow night at this free show right on the water. They were hanging out tonight. It's pretty cool. This town, Penmark.
Penmark, France? Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We play it at 6:30.
Okay.
We got to be on the road no later than 10 p.m.
Okay.
We got to drive 9 hours to a ferry. Get to that ferry, get on the ferry for a 2-hour ferry. Yeah. We're going to gain it. We're going to gain an hour in time change going to the UK. Drive from Dover to Sheffield. It's going to take us 5 hours. So we're going to get to the UK at 11 o'clock in the morning. We're going to have to drive 5 hours to Sheffield, get there at 4, and be on stage at 5:50 p.m. at HRH Sleaze on Sunday.
That's the day after.
Mm-hmm.
So you're playing at 6:30.
And we just drove 19 hours it took us to get from Hamburg to Penmark. And we did that because we had 2 free nights at hotel rooms. So we were like, got to take it.
So you drove 19 hours. Tomorrow you're playing at 6:30. You're going to drive 9 hours, get on a ferry. How long's the ferry?
2 hours.
2 hours. Well, that'll be restful, at least a little bit. Get some goulash, you know? And then another 5 hours after the ferry to play.
An hour and 50 minutes after we arrive.
The first of 11 shows in 13 days?
That'll be the second of 11.
Bro.
The first is on Saturday. That's on Sunday.
That is ambitious.
Then we play Monday. Then we have off Tuesday. Then we play Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Have off Sunday. Travel back to Germany. Play Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in Germany. And then 2 shows we haven't announced yet, but they're going to be in Sweden. And then I still do, because that tour fell through, I'm still working on fucking more shows, because like we're here to the 21st, and like right now I got shows.
Well, that was going to be my
10.
comment. Is it like, I mean, for having half of your shows canceled the day that you got there, it sounds like you made up pretty well.
Yeah.
You know what that is, dude?
I love it.
Cool.
Keep bringing it.
It's cool. Go to the YouTube and see what I did there.
I'm a fan.
Oh, we're goofy today, huh? We're goofy. It's all good.
It's all right, dude. Well, like the time right now, it's 1:15 a.m. where I'm at. What time is it there? 4:15.
4:14. So our clocks are a minute off, but it's 4:14 p.m. here.
Mine's 1:14. Yeah, mine's 1:14 a.m.
I have about 12 hours until P22 Puma 22 jumps on my roof again.
Dude, go be friends with it. It's a cat. They don't need humans.
No, dude. You probably would. You probably try to. Like,
I told you about I've already told you about the coyote by my house.
Yeah.
I already told you that.
Yeah.
So what's the deal with us and having these crazy? What about the fucking weird thing that we've never figured out? Maybe it was fucking P22 that walked in front of my car that night.
Could have been. The only thing. Well, it's just a different part of town though. Like this P22.
Yeah. It lives up by Griffith Park.
Yes, it lives in Griffith Park. And it's been there for like 10 years, and it's like a celebrity animal. I don't know, something like that. Like everybody
knows it. I know that.
Probably.
We know.
I was wondering, like,
how do they know it's P22 though? Like, how did they?
Because it has a GPS. It has a little tracker on them.
Oh, okay.
And if you look at that video, I'm not going to show it again because I don't feel like it. But if you look at that video, you can see the tracker on them, and that's how they knew it was P22. Puma 22's out there tomcatting, dude. He's cruising for chicks. I don't know. He's out there cruising for puss.
Now's where you gotta insert Primus Tommy the cat right now.
Yeah.
Say, baby, do you want to lay down with me? Say, baby, do you want to lay down by my side? Say, baby, do you want to lay down with me? Say, baby. Say, baby. You said you could see the fucking thing around his neck.
Yeah.
He's up in the Hollywood Hills looking for the motherfucker who put that on his neck to eat his face off. That's what's going on. Seriously. Let's make that's our next movie. That's how we're going to make this podcast work. It's going to be whatever P22 is going to be the name of the movie. Okay. And the premise of the movie is going to be a guy who thinks it's a good idea to put a tracker on a bobcat or a mountain lion. And the mountain lion's sole mission in life is to travel around the world to find this dude. I think it's a big hit.
It could work, dude. It could work. It's funny that
You're completely speechless. You're completely
well,
speechless.
no, because you're talking about making a movie about Puma 22. I don't even know if it stands for Puma. I'm just calling it. But they're talking about this animal.
It's called
like it's a human.
P22.
Well, listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this. So they're talking about this mountain lion living in Griffith Park, and they're talking about how it's famous for living in Griffith Park. And it moved to Griffith Park 10 years ago from Santa Monica. I shit you not. It says that in the article. It's like this cat's a human, essentially. Essentially, it's you.
Santa Monica. How did it get from Santa Monica? Let's think about that for a second. How did the mountain lion, why is the mountain lion living on a beach? It's a mountain lion. There's A, okay? B, how does it get from Santa Monica to Griffith Park? Exactly.
Uber?
Is your name Mountain? Get in.
Yeah. You accept the ride and it's like P22. He opens the door, it's like P22?
Oh.
Meow. Meow.
That's some funny shit.
I was wondering if you had any interest in what the bands made at Woodstock financially.
That is very interesting to me. We're talking the original Woodstock?
The original Woodstock. Yeah, I found an article.
We're going to play a guessing game? Are we going to play a guessing game?
I found an article that just said, like, it just mentions the band and says what they made and then, like, what it would be equivalent to today. It's kind of neat.
Okay, cool. All right, so why don't you ask me what I think a band would get paid today?
Oh, you don't want me to pull the article up? You want me to just like...
No, let's play a game out of this. Let's make it. We're playing a game right here because I'm curious. Because if you tell me the band and I think about their popularity and I think about today, I'll give you an estimate of what I think they might get paid today. And if you have what that would be equivalent to today,
yeah.
So set this up, Harris. So we're playing a game here. It's called Woodstock. What the fuck? That's what it's called.
It's called Woodstock. ... Whatever.
Whatever.
Woodstock.
Whatever. ...
Your mother.
Right. Your mother. Next Wednesday when this comes out, this is Woodstock Wednesday.
Woodstock Wednesday. Oh, I dig it. This guy's got ideas. This guy doesn't drink for a couple of days and he's got ideas. I like it. I don't know why I'm using this voice. It's my Johnny U voice. All right. So question to you. What do you think Carlos Santana, what do you think Carlos Santana made at Woodstock?
Carlos Santana. Can I just ask a question before we go with this game?
Sure.
I just wanted to ask if like the numbers were like what you would think were accurate numbers for today.
I don't know. Just guess and I'll tell you. I'll get. You know what? You can have a couple of guesses to kind of like like dip your toe in, like get used to the water.
Yeah, like because Carlos Santana today, I would think would get paid $300,000 a show.
Okay, so this is weird because he's much more established. Not saying he wasn't established.
He was a newer. No, but he was a newer guy.
He was newer. He wasn't like Carlos Santana for 50 years.
Right. Okay, so in that case, Carlos Santana as a up and coming
in the year 1969. Like what do you think he got paid?
1969, so like I would say that Carlos Santana was making $35,000 a show today.
Yeah, he got paid $750 to play Woodstock, and that is equivalent to $5,439 today. All right, so like I said, you got a couple to got
to put in perspective of where they were in their career at the time.
Where they were exactly. That was what I was trying to get out. Like
yeah. Right. But today he probably does make $300,000, if not more, a show.
Right. If the Rolling Stones played something today, they make X amount of money, but they didn't make that equivalent in 1969.
Dude, terms. I think in like 2 tours ago, they were making $7 million a show or some shit like that.
$7 million a show? Are you serious, dude?
Something crazy like that.
Wow.
It's like nuts. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, I went and saw them a couple of months ago. First of all, they're worth it. Right. Fantastic. One of my favorite concerts ever. But on top of that, dude, it's not just the show. I've never seen so much merch. It's the most merch. How much was
a shirt at that show?
T-shirts were like $50, $60, whatever. I bought a hoodie. The hoodie that I bought was $80, worth it, totally worth it. Still wear it. And then there were things that you can get like a Rolling. Hoodie? It's nice soft. Yeah, it was like quality stuff. So I have zero complaints.
Fucking $80.
I have zero complaints. You know what? They're worth $7 million a show. You know what else they were doing? My brother went to buy a beer, and it was at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. And on the menu thing, the beer was listed as like, I don't know, like $12 or $14 or something. And the bartender brought him his drink and it was $21. And my brother was just like, well, why is it listed at 14 if it's 21? And the person goes, oh, well, this is the Rolling Stones pricing. So
They got $7 a drink.
a drink. Can you imagine how much a stadium full of $7 extra a drink
Well, okay, hold up a
makes
second.
them?
In fairness,
Again,
that's
not mad.
I doubt that's what really happened. I bet you what really happened was they were like opportunists and saying, the Stones set the price. They probably get a piece of the concessions. And the deal, they blame it on the Stones, but the Stones are just taking a piece of the concessions because it's like the bottom line is you're not selling those concessions if we're not playing today. So we want a piece of the concession. So in order to make up the difference that they got to pay the Stones, they probably raised what they were going to lose per glass. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Next band.
You want to get back to the Woodstock game now?
Why wouldn't we? Because that was a good side note.
Got a good one for you. Mr. Joe Cocker. What do you think Mr. Joe Cocker made for Woodstock?
God, I think he
I'll
was
speed
probably...
it up. He made
Joe Cocker.
He made $1,375 at Woodstock.
Which is weird. I was going to say $500.
And that's equivalent to $9,971 today.
Wait, he made $1,300 then and made $900 now?
No, he made $1,300 for Woodstock, and in today's value, that would be like getting paid $9,900.
Oh, well, that's what you just said. You said he got paid $1,300 at Woodstock and he got paid $990 today. That's what you just said.
Okay. Look, dude.
I was like, that makes so he lost it. Well, it makes sense because like
I'm not good at
we were like,
words.
This guy, what is he? What's he even fucking talented? Fuck that guy.
Joe Cocker died a couple of years ago. Show some respect, would you?
He did.
Yeah.
When did Joe Cocker die?
Joe Cocker died.
Sorry.
A couple
Mr.
years
Cocker.
ago. A couple years ago. Moving on with the Woodstock game. What do you think? I don't know who that guy is. What do you think? Okay. Confession time. I don't like this band at all. But what do you think the Grateful Dead made?
I think the Grateful Dead at that time
Joe Cocker made $1,300. Santana Man
Joe Cocker made
$750.
Right. The Dead made $5,000.
$2,500. You're warming up to this
2,500.
game. I like it. You're warming up to this game.
Because you're obviously starting from the bottom and going down the list.
It is listed that way. That's a cheat. Now you know that. Dang it. I should mix it around. I should swap them around.
All right. So 2,500. What would that be today?
$18,000. Now you're getting into some scratch. What do you think the Who made?
Were the Who a big band then?
Yeah, dude. That was like,
so the Who probably got paid $10,000.
They got paid $6,250, and that's equivalent to $40,000 today.
So that would be equivalent to a band probably the size of. Give me a second.
Like who's making $40,000 today?
Somebody who's selling out the House of Blues.
Yeah.
Whoever's selling out a House of Blues is making $40,000.
Yeah.
Anyway, next.
Okay, let's speed through a few of these. What do you say? What do you think Sly and the Family Stone made?
I think they made $250.
No, they made $7,000, my man.
Well, they must have been big then.
I guess. Yeah, I didn't even know they played Woodstock. Jefferson Airplane made $7,500. Janis Joplin made $7,500.
Because all those bands were like the same size as the Grateful Dead. So why were the Dead getting short-sticked? Well, it's so crazy to think that $7,500 would be how much today?
$7,500 would be $48,893 today.
Who got paid the most?
Oh, we're getting there. I got 4 bands left.
Let me play the game.
You play the game. These are, I guess you can
big
call these the big boys of Woodstock based off of what they made. CCR, Creedence Clearwater Revival.
$12,500.
You're getting good at this game. They made $10,000. And that's equivalent to, what's that say? $65,000 today. All right, so top 3. I think I should put my sunglasses on for this, all right? Top three. Ready? Joan Baez.
Ready.
What did Joan Baez make at Woodstock?
$10,500.
She also made $10,000. She made $10,000 as well. You were over by 500.
How much is that now? $48,500, you say?
$10,000 in today's value would be $65,000.
That's somebody selling out the Wilter.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
11 grand.
They're number 2. They made $15,000, not equivalent to $97,000 today. And then, as I should have done, here, you know what? I should have put the sunglasses on for the top dog here. But what do you think Jimi Hendrix made at Woodstock?
I'm a little fascinated at the fact that Jimi Hendrix was that big already by Woodstock.
Yeah, same.
Like I thought that was a breakthrough thing for him.
He played in the morning, or he was supposed to go on at night.
Well, he played like in the middle of the night or something. Did he go on at like 2 or 3 in the morning or some shit?
Yeah.
Like I guess he made $15,000 too.
$18,000 he made.
He made more than anybody else.
And that's equivalent to $117,000 today. That's crazy. That's a lot of money.
It's crazy to think though that like $118,000 today was only 18,000 because like it seems like. So then, what did it cost to buy a house? Like $100?
My mom and dad bought the house I grew up in. It was after that though. The house I grew up in, I think they bought it for like $30,000.
My parents bought the house that I grew up in for $74,000.
Oh, big spender.
And they sold it 19 years after that for $265,000.
Same
And I
thing.
recently looked it up. It's worth like $600,000 now.
House prices now are crazy.
When my parents moved out to where I grew up, apparently it was all farmlands because there was like a lot of farmlands when I was living there. I mean, it was like developing, but it was like you would go to the mall, you would drive by a lot of farms to get to that fucking mall.
Yeah.
And now I went back, not too long ago, and I was just like, it's crazy. It doesn't, they built a high school. Like I could have walked to high school because they built a high school right by my old neighborhood where like I would have never had to take a bus or anything.
Yeah.
But hey, that was high school, and now I'm in France.
I could see the connection.
Yeah, me too. I didn't listen to a history class when I was in history, social studies. I
apologize to my dad.
Yeah, I do apologize, but he'll find this
History
interesting.
teacher.
Where I'm at, like it was a big thing in World War II. Like I'm only like 2 hours from where D-Day happened, and I'm also like right like where like when we were driving in, the guys were talking about how like 80 years ago today where we were at would have just been a combat zone.
Yeah. 80
Isn't
years
that crazy?
ago. Yeah, right. I had to do
It
the math.
was like
in my head.
1942. So it's just like so and then when we were there tonight with the promoter for tomorrow's show, he was explaining about how the town that we were actually in was used for something during World War II.
And what was the
I don't
town?
know. Penmark. France.
Denmark. All right. Well,
Yeah, it's right on the coast. Like there's a big lighthouse, and they're famous for that. Or some shit.
okay. So that makes sense. You were talking about like you're right on the water now. And
Yeah.
like think
Like,
about that movie
we're
Saving Private Ryan. Like whenever they got off those boats and had to like
It's crazy.
storm the beach. Dude,
It's crazy, dude.
Nuts.
It's absolutely insane. I saw Steven Jackson. He was recently at that location.
Shout out Steve Jacko.
I'm going to see him at the gig we're doing on Sunday, but then I'm going to also playing a gig with him next week.
You see Steven almost as much as you see me.
Prior to you coming to LA, I've
person.
seen Steven more
Yeah.
in the last year because it's been a year since I got stuck in fucking, it was this time last year.
It was, dude. It was August. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like this weekend. Like
a year ago, you were quarantined with COVID and couldn't leave Scotland.
Yeah.
Time flies when you're podcasting every week, I guess, huh?
Yeah. I mean, being in a podcast is a busy business, man.
It's interesting. It kind of like timelines things, though. Like,
It does.
if we do this for a couple of years, we're going to be able to timestamp our lives.
Dude, well, what's crazy is the thinking. It's something now because like it's still really fresh.
Timestamp our
So,
lives
like,
if we do a better job of explaining them. We're random, but
listen,
you get my
check it
point.
out. If you think about it, we're really close. The pandemic isn't Like, I mean, it's still lingering around, right? But like 10 years from now, it'll be a thing like, yo, we started that during the pandemic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Be killing it by then.
What else on that list? Anything else on that list?
I'm kind of down to wrap this up.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed now, Harris, because like I got to do that. It's 1:42 a.m.
Our podcasts, whenever
tomorrow.
you're on tour, are shorter. That's fine.
No, it's cool. You're probably like, you know what? He's away. I'm glad. I got to talk to him for 40 minutes, and then I'll get out of there.
No, I'm
in. I'm out.
There, you know what, dude? Even I think back starting this podcast, and like I don't know what it was about your personality that I knew it would work. We've said it in the past. Like if I did a podcast with somebody that had my personality, it would be boring. You're so different from me, and the reason I'm saying this is because you just said that I don't want to talk to you, but that couldn't be further from the truth. I enjoy talking.
Nah, I'm joking. I'm joking, of course.
Well, I took that joke as a low blow, and I wanted to clarify on the record, timestamped.
I apologize.
What was it called? Whatever. What was I going to call it? What, everybody? Woodstock Wednesday? Was that this one?
Woodstock Wednesday. Woodstock Wednesday.
Yeah, Woodstock Wednesday documents Ryan saying that he actually thinks we're friends, dude. It's cool. I like talking to you.
I like talking to you too. And speaking of Woodstock, I want to say goodbye from France, because Woodstock and France have a fucking close connection. You figure it out, because I have no idea. I want to thank you for listening.
Doesn't make any sense at all. That's
no sense whatsoever.
Factually completely inaccurate.
Inaccurate. It took place in New York.
Yeah.
I want to thank everybody for listening. I want you to like, subscribe, and report if you can, because why the fuck not?
Yeah.
You know, thumbs up, ring a bell. I hear them say these things when I watch YouTube videos. I don't know what the hell that shit means, but do it.
Notifications.
Right? Subscribe. Yeah. Vacation. Hey, speaking of vacation.
Notification, I said. The word
notifications.
Yeah.
Whatever. Doesn't matter. On that note, everybody, thank you for joining us. We will see you next week on the What Everybody podcast.
Just because you say it on the internet doesn't make it factually true, Jonny.
What are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about the France thing. France, listen. Woodstock and France are like this, man. Look it up. Look it up.
See you next
week on the one. Take it easy.
You dork.